How's it going, guys? This is my first YouTube video ever. Welcome to the channel. This channel will be dedicated to day trading. More specifically, I'll be day trading on NASDAQ and MES. Right now, I'm only trading from New York Open until like 11 a.m. All right. So a little bit about me. I've been day trading for a little over a year now. Seriously, I've been doing it for maybe 6 months, and I've gone to some pretty high peaks in there. So I've gone to around 4,000 US um, of funded money. I just never took it out, and anyway, there was a huge downfall and all that. The goal of this channel is to find out if day trading really works. My goal is to set grounds for many other people who want to start day trading as some sort of proof that this is possible. So right now, first video of this channel, I'm declaring I'm unprofitable. So I probably invested around $1,000 in total into day trading, all in funded accounts, right? From October of 2025 to today, which is May 5th, 2026. Hopefully this video will come out the same day if I do it well. Bear with me, this is my first video. I have no clue really what I'm doing. I'm going to try my best with the editing and everything. The reason why I'm starting this channel is because a lot of people are starting to move away from day trading. They are realizing really how hard this side hustle is. A lot of content creators such as TJR or EG Trades or PB Trading, a lot of people aren't sure anymore if what they're doing is real. Recently, one of the biggest day trading names, TGR, has been confronted for being somewhat fake on a YouTube video. I forgot who did it, but it went all over TikTok. It went all over social media, and that's mainly one of the reasons why I'm starting this, because TGR was the person who taught me all the basics, and I still believe his methods are they work. If you know what you're doing, they work. And I still believe that TGR's bootcamp is still the best way to start day trading. So again, this channel is not really some form of mentorship for you guys. It's more to set grounds, and for later on, hopefully, I'm able to prove that you can become profitable. To really start off from a first video today where I'm telling you I'm unprofitable, still at the evaluation phase right now, which I will show you in a few seconds. And then maybe at the end of this journey, I become a profitable trader, and I can then help you guys with all of what I know, right? I feel like a lot of people are jumping in on YouTube and finding all these popular day traders who claim they have so much money they can buy all these Porsches, these Lambos, all of this lavish lifestyle, right? But none of them really show with their videos, right? If you go all the way back, none of them really show where they started from. They claim they've started like everyone else. No one really shows it, which honestly makes it, for me, it makes it really hard for me to believe. But I do believe that some of them are legit. I'm not here to start saying they're not, right? Because I still believe in day trading myself. So yeah, I'll be starting from the eval stage on Top Step, and hopefully throughout all these videos I will be able to pass this one eval account. Maybe there'll be more accounts. I really hope not. I really hope I stick to my principles and I'm able to trade well. But that's possible, and it's part of the journey, unfortunately. You have to blow accounts. You have to. My goal is to set a community of learning and teaching each other on each trade, we take what we think happened on that particular loss or that win, explain each other what happened, and that includes me. If you guys know what happened on one of my losses and I don't, I hope you know I'll respond to all of your comments. I have no fan base. So this is just a way to start a community of learning, and um, there are a lot of people out there who are like me who just they love the grind. They just live for the grind, and this is all I do. I do 3 to 4 hours a day trading a day, and that's been since October, right? We go to the gym. We're men at the end of the day, right? And I want a community of hardworking men who want to learn and teach each other, right? That's my goal, right? I don't want a fucking king. I don't want a king. I want interactions. So, without further ado, we could hop on the first trade that I took. Well, this is not the first trade of my eval, but the trade I took for this. Uh, so I've taken a few trades, but I'm not gonna go on all of them. Just the one I took today. Okay. So bear with me. This is the first. Okay, so as you can see, the trade I took today was a loss, right? You can see it here. I think I lost around $250 on the day. Yeah, I took some silly trades that ended up being BE at the end. Um, Overall, in the month, I'm doing pretty shitty, but I'm not gonna go over all the trades I took. Um, I had school, right? So, uh, and I need to leverage more before anyone says it. I am aware that in an eval, I should not be like making 60 to 50 to dollars per trade. I should be leveraging up to 400, $500. But if you, by the way, if you feel more comfortable doing $150, that's up to you. I was also that way. So going over the trade of my trade of the day, I'll indicate market open at 9:30 right here. So going over the day, we have to go on the hourly candle. Maybe we could use a little retrace, maybe something. And yeah, so Nasdaq is at an all-time high at the moment. MES was not. Right now they are. Right now MES is at an all-time high. However, they were not. And I keep saying they. It's not. It was not. Now it is. Right. So let's go back on the 1 minute. We have all these draws of liquidity, all this low resistance on ES. And Nasdaq, well, you know what? If the trend is telling me we're going high or higher, then I'm not gonna try and force a downwards like flip. Okay? I'm not gonna try to be bearish if the market's telling me, well, we keep going up. So as I was saying, Nasdaq is in an uptrend. We're respecting gaps right here. Well, that's another gap respected, but that's later on in the day. This is possibly a 4-hour gap. Let me check. Yeah, this is a 4-hour gap. We have all these gaps, and we ended up respecting them. And maybe the market wants to maybe balance itself, go to equilibrium. I don't know. So since Nasdaq is at an all-time high, but not ES, I'm telling myself, well, yes, will most likely follow. However, it is possible we get some little flips to show us a little bit of resistance in the trend because the market, as we all know, moves in this fashion, right? So before 9:30, I noted down this draw, which is this high right here. I noted down that high, this high, that high. For me, these were all possible um, draws on liquidity where the market could maybe decide to go lower. But again, I don't think market is going to flip completely bearish, right? I'm just expecting maybe a little move down into fair value gaps or equilibrium. Market opens, we get a little bit of blah blah, a little bit of nothing, and then we get this flip up, okay? And we take out this high already, the one I just showed you right here, right here, right off market open. So I'm telling myself, okay, let's delete this. Now we have to focus on maybe the others, or if market wants to prove that it wants to go lower, then again, I'm a reaction trader. I'm gonna let it do what it has to do, and I'm just gonna react off of it. So market takes out the high around here and comes back down into this 1 minute. And what is Nasdaq doing during this time? So we're at 9:38. Nasdaq also shows a little form, oh, a little gap right here, and it respects it. And look at ES also respecting it, and there's this high right here. By the way, I think I had it marked all the way up here, but I would probably go BE or TP.1 right here. So when I see this, I see we disrespect this 1 minute downward fair value gap. I entered around here, and market decides to stop me out. Why did this happen? Well, there was this 5 minute fair value that formed right here. However small that gap is, right? It is always possible that the market wants to fill their little holes, right? So that's what happened. Market was unsatisfied with the 1 minute gap. It went down to the 5. And like ICT always says, it doesn't have to be the perfect fill, right? It could go a little lower or a little higher. And it does. It goes a little lower, but then look at that. Look at that. Boom. Next candle is super bearish, super bullish. I didn't actually check if there was an inversion of on the 30. Well, that's almost an inversion. It's a little distorted P. It's a little of a distorted PA, but look, this is really bullish. So if I had waited for market to fill that 5 minute gap, I would have probably entered right there. Who knows what I would have done after taking a trade around here. Listen, I could have gone BE and it got stopped out immediately. Maybe TP.1 around the first high. Who knows? It would have been a better day than today, that's for sure. So that's pretty much the trade I took today. Pretty simple. I got stopped out in maybe a minute and a half, which, it's always frustrating. But when you look back and you try to understand what happened, well, I just showed you what happened. And some of you probably saw that and were better than me today. It's just how it goes. That's part of the job. I want to take a moment also to point out that market reacted immediately after touching that second high that we identified right here. And it just goes to show that, these things don't happen for nothing. They're real. We just have to figure out how to take advantage of them. And so we retraced and we had another huge bump, right? I gotta say, MES was not as clean as Nasdaq, but let's say I had set no boundaries and I had never moved my stop loss to BE, this trade would have panned out and I would have made banks. Sometimes NASDAQ moves very cleanly, but MES doesn't. Sometimes ES does, NASDAQ doesn't. That's also part of the job, right? And they all ended up following this bullish trend. However messy it might have been, they all did. So if any of you, well, watch this video and have learned maybe a little something, and the point is to learn something little every day, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my first video after all. I'm sorry if the quality is shit or if my narrating is. I'm going to try to improve every single day. If any of you have any comments about this trade or this channel or anything in particular, even my hat, yes, I'm from Montreal. I love the Habs. And if you love Tampa, that doesn't mean I don't love you. We can love each other. Anyway, like I said, this is a new channel. I'm figuring it out as it goes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm here if you have any questions. And yeah, I'm excited for this journey. Honestly, I'm gonna try my best to do this every single day. I have work, I have school, but I'm still gonna do this for you guys. Unless you guys don't want me to, if this shit sucks, then it sucks. But listen, maybe this is for me as well. Maybe I'm doing this to journal, and maybe I'm doing this so that I learn about my trades every single day while doing a YouTube video. We're all on the grind. That's including me. All right. So, peace out, guys.